What, are we going to talk about this other one?
Well,
I mean, there's no way you get.
Please, it's a major story out today.
A major story,
and it's a story that people, quite frankly, is uncomfortable talking about, and maybe we should be too. But it's about passing gas and what it means for your health.
Pop me down, just read it.
I'm not worried. What are you going to do about it? Not pass gas? You know what I'm saying? If it's bad, good, whatever.
No sound effects, please.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, we did that.
Is this medical? Is this some medical stuff we're getting into?
Let's
get
medical.
I'm going to be quiet. I keep getting. I'm
Did you know
so many
this?
emails about the military bands. I can't talk.
The average individual would pass gas, and this is in the story, okay? Anywhere from 13 to 21 times a day.
Average?
13
to
what
21.
It says.
Okay.
That's low.
Is that low?
About
Depends
right,
on what day it is.
Greg does that in every
Depends on
y'all try to throw this all on me. Y'all whatever.
No, this is a break and win bunch.
I mean, we could nobody's exclusive.
You've heard of the Brady Bunch? We're the break and win bunch. There's so much wind in this staff.
In a 24-hour period, I can see 21.
You'd be a 4-star general.
That's less than 1 an hour. Think about it like that, guys.
Okay.
I think that's averaging out. Some days are worse than others.
Your trips to the bathroom, too.
Some days are worse than others.
They're talking about overall time. They're not just talking about when you're entertaining friends.
Yeah, because a lot of times you got to blow a little air around it.
Right. We'll never get through this.
Wow.
That's true.
Well, the whole story, and they cut. There's no way to go.
You're already laughing. Why do we think this is funny?
There's no way to go
Did you really think we can do this story?
Go to break so we can.
I know this. I read part of it, and go ahead. I'll tell
Bubba,
you.
read what you'd like from it.
No, well, I'm just saying they cover a number of times, amount, which we will call volume. They cover tone.
Talk about that.
And they cover.
I'm gonna tell you what.
They cover the odor situation.
Oh wow!
I'll tell you this: if you're back to sound, if you're able to complete, which is hard, by the way, and that is, of course, the world famous and very sought after double tweeter,
award winning, right?
Right. Now most of us can do a farump, but a double tweeter is you got to be careful with it.
How about
you
this?
almost have to train for that one.
I read in there vegetarians. They say they'll talk off.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Been around a lot of vegetarians.
They say
we normally don't run with vegetarians.
No. They say that vegans and vegetarians tend to be more. They produce more wind than their meat-eating counterparts.
My goodness!
But the meat eaters will shut a room down. That's the bad part.
By the way, they even cover.
Why is this funny? Why is this funny?
Let's go back to this.
We covered this when Hunter was just a baby.
Let's go back to this. Let's ask the real question. Let me tell you who's weird. Not those of us who laugh. I tell you who's weird. Those of you that don't think it's funny. Yeah. That's the weird.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Because it is funny.
Well, I want to know what makes them silent or loud.
You talking about silent and violent, or just
right, loud and proud? Yeah. I mean, because you get some that you think are silent and they're not. You know,
yeah,
and you think some that won't be, and then they are silent, and you're like, well, what about that?
Yeah, and the silent ones are usually violent.
Yeah, they're deadly is what they are.
Well, they even go as far as talk about what it means if you break large while you're sleeping.
Yeah, how about that? You can't do nothing about that.
If you crank one out and you feel heat, I mean, everybody pays.
What if you crank one out and it wakes you up? Now that's a problem.
I've had that happen. I have.
You thought it was the clock.
I was reaching over for the clock. I woke myself up.
If the dog jumps up and starts barking, look out.
How about when
you think somebody's at the door?
We've gotten away from the science part of this whole story,
and I really want to hear it.
How about when you're in a car full of guys and it's a silent one, and like who did it? And we all start looking around. Somebody goes, "All right, that's me."
I'm not trying to say I had some bad the other day, but the dog actually put me outside.
That's enough. You're out.
That's it. You're out.
That's it. All right, we're going to break. We're going to come back.
No.
We're going to let him read this.
Most of the gas that you pass does not have any smell to it. Did you know that? Only 1% does.
Well, they must be running with different people and I hang around.
You know, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, and sometimes methane all involved.
I know the methane part.
Yeah. You ever seen one lit?
Yes.
I thought that was a myth.
You know what? She is homeschooled, and today this is part of her education.
Tell me that I don't
Field
like a
trip.
bee. You tell me that I don't like a bee.
Rick, I'm gonna step aside
What is
from our
wrong with
last
you?
story just slightly because we can't get through it anyway.
Yeah, do you want to talk about
They're
the one
just-
about
yeah,
various
if-
gases?
If you want to see how passing gas can dictate
talking
your
about
health and what tells a lot of things about your health,
Rick.
See, you tell me that ain't funny? You tell me that ain't funny?
It's educational is what it is.
Rick,
Look, she's loving every win.
Do it again.
go look. You just got to go look it up for yourself.
Right.
Well, there's no way to do it.
You see,
You did that. That's good. That really sounds like you.
I'm listening, Bubba. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
There's military bands that are jealous of the sounds you do.
that's right.
Yeah.
Greg.
Some of them are wanting to
Greg
meet
didn't-
with him and discuss
Greg
it.
didn't even have to go to Paris Island to learn how to do that.
Right. So look, go look that up.
Bubba, don't stop.
Bubba.
Educate me.
I couldn't do this. I'm going to replace it with another health story.
All right,
okay?
what's next?
And we've been saying this for a long time. Jogging could
Do
actually
you have the top 10
be
cities you break wind in?
bad for your health.
That's really good. Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, he's
I'm
practiced.
done.
One more time.
I'm done.
Just one.
Jogging could actually be bad for your health. Too much running increases the risk of early death.
He brings these stories to tables he don't have to jog.
Well, look, I agree with you on that.
Well, he's eating an Oreo.
Yeah.
I'm just getting.
He always picks
hey,
these.
I'm just bringing the news to you. That's all. That's all. That's all. It says that that moderate jogging, and they list this as running 1 to 3 hours per week is fine, but over that they're showing reports that it can actually damage your heart system.
No, really. I mean, it goes back to this again. I mean, it goes back this whole moderation theme just continues to be a dandy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now we all struggle with it.
Yeah, we do,
mightily.
Rick.
But yeah, some people run to the point you don't look healthy. I see you out there. You look like you're struggling. Like look beat down.
Go swim.
Good night. Settle.
Eating too many vegetables,
Enough
breaking too much wind.
enough of that now.
Yep.
And look, and some of y'all need to go run in private. We all don't have to see you. How about, Greg, when you do one running?
And the vegetarians like to run, so you know that happens all the
You're
time.
like really funny.
Well, I'd run too if I didn't have it. Because you know what? If they're not running, they're sitting around thinking about how good a steak would be.
I know it.
Bubba, go back to the
Do
other
it
story.
like Machine
Because I got
Gun.
questions, medical
Like you're
questions
running.
about it. Serious business.
Which one?
Because I think, and it may
Which
not
one?
even
Are we
be
back
part
to
of
the
the
gas?
story. I have not
Are
seen
we
it.
back to the gas?
But I will say this, and this
Helm.
is so, I should not admit this, but I'm going to anyway for the show. Ever since I've had my gallbladder removed, I've taken it to a whole different level.
Wait a minute.
I got a friend that's having his gallbladder removed tomorrow.
I mean, he better be ready for that.
So
'Cause
you
that
think
changes.
your wind has increased?
Oh, yes.
What about in volume?
Volume and
Stench.
stench.
What?
You love to embarrass your family, don't you?
That's
I'm just
terrible.
saying. I'm just
Amanda
saying.
is beside herself.
Everybody
Have you ever
does it.
snored and broke wind at the same time?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Amanda. You'd have to ask Amanda.
Hey, any oil for that? You got any oil for it?
I'm just saying, guys.
what?
I've noticed
What,
it's
what does your
gained some-
gallbladder do? I'm
It's
confused on what it
gained
does.
some pace. I'll just say that since the gallbladder.
Somebody
removed.
call us. What does the gallbladder do? What does it do? I've noticed a lot of
Evidently,
people
it
have.
prevents breaking wind, according to Helms.
It's a storehouse for.
But what does it do?
For digestive fluids and
Y'all
stuff.
remember
And
when I had-
it squirts them back in when you really need
Is
it.
that what it is? Like
I
a
had
little-
my attack here.
It's like having an extra log to throw on the fire. Yep.
I had my attack here and could not hardly walk. And Bubba didn't want me to go right away. He wanted an ambulance to pull up outside here.
I thought he was having a problem.
I was, Bubba. Had it removed. I was having a big time deal.
Well, what's wrong
Got
with
somebody have
calling
one
an
removed
ambulance?
tomorrow, neighbor,
No, you're wanting me to wait to go. You wanted them to actually come here.
instead of you
Yeah.
rushing.
Oh, that's right.
You
I
wanted
wanted
a
to, yeah.
scene.
Oh, yeah. I wanted the ambulance to get here before Amanda carried you.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it was safer.
Plus, a better show.
Quicker is not safer.
In that story, does it say anything about gallbladder removal?
One more time, Greg.
It says that if you're having problems in that area, that it can be because something is missing from your digestive system, which in your case, you know it's missing.
Okay.
But
So
you
that'd
can
be
get
yes.
by.
That'd be yes.
You need to just read this story.
You have to take
Boy, it's
supplements or
detailed.
anything? Or
No.
so we don't even need a gallbladder.
No.
You don't have to take anything to replace what it was
Appendix, gallbladder. I think you can get rid of your spleen.
You don't
too.
have any of that, do you?
Back when you were young,
Appendix
did you ever,
was.
did you ever do
I
it in
had
front of a girl?
appendix and
Appendix.
gallbladder out within like 8 months of each other.
They don't know. They
No
don't
wonder
know
you
what
break
the
so many
appendix does. I mean, it has no.
Well, we know what the
known-
gallbladder does,
Yeah.
and we just say to heck with it. We don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't
People
seem
blame the gallbladder for a lot of stuff. Basically, if they don't know what's wrong with you, oh, it's your gallbladder.
I confuse the gallbladder with the thyroid. You know, people have trouble.
How?
I'll tell you, it's your thyroid.
Well, different.
I know they're in different
Thyroid's a
places,
whole
but when
different deal.
somebody talks about gallbladder, a lot of times I think they're talking about thyroid.
They'll go to those two things. When I can't figure out what it is, it's either that.
Now, Mama's lost her thyroid, right?
Yes.
Now,
I
she
will
has to
say
take all
this,
kinds of stuff.
for your buddy, he needs to understand that he's going to have a food adjust, like things that he would once could eat and maybe not mess with his stomach. Get ready because that's going to change.
Well, see, then it does.
Like
then something
salads,
has changed.
Salads.
I hate salads.
salad days.
Hey, with
Crippled
me,
coon.
Buffalo Wild Wings, the buffalo sauce, the wings. Get ready. What was that? It's an adjust. You have to make an
You
adjustment.
get sick or you just
I
have
think it's the second one.
Y'all are great.
Not
Well,
the
who cares
sick.
about that? That's worth it.
Well, no. I'm not Rick.
Rick wants his out.
Look, Rick. It's uncontrollable kind of thing.
I wish
Hey,
I'd thrown this in
watch
the
out.
trash when it first
It's
came
gonna
out.
hit you quicker.
I should never have
It's gonna
printed it.
hit you quicker than
I see.
normal.
When more
You're
violent.
gonna think you have more time and you don't.
and more violent.
Nah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say.
How
more
about the
violent.
time you think you can get away with one, and boy,
Yeah, that's what your
now
buddy's
we're
gonna
going
think. He's gonna think he's getting away.
You ever done that in the elevator
Now
and
we're
the
going
door
too
opens?
far.
He's gonna think he's got time to get
Everybody
home and he
comes
doesn't.
in, you got.
Oh, now we're doing the full blown.
I've got out on the wrong floor just because I didn't want to see it.
Oh
You
yeah,
drug it right by every one of them.
Happens for him tomorrow.
that'll change.
One more time.
But it's worth it. Hey, them attacks aren't fun.
End it with it.
Got them stones in
End it
there.
with it.
So that gallbladder squeezes down and hits them stones that don't like it.
Bam. End it with it.
The word sludge was used on him. Sludge. Like sludge in his gallbladder.
Oh yeah.
That's enough.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.